just a little longer, he says. Alright, let's make sure we're set up to go.
No more.
Wakey, wakey. Sam Porter Bridges.
Let's get this show on the road.
Get this show on the road. I don't know where we need to go. I think we have to take the quest first so I can see. Which is, I thought you were sleeping. I was hearing the game and your stream overlay was on. It could have happened. Let's do prophetic. Now let's do this. Oh, I probably need to do these one at a time.
You've been tasked with delivering chiralium scrubbing agents to a geologist of ours. He's been exposed to dangerous levels of chiralium during his latest excavation, and is exhibiting all the associated symptoms. The strata he's dug into apparently contains a fossil beach dating back to the end of the Cretaceous period. Now, I'm told that could be a significant discovery should it be confirmed. But we'll never know for sure if he can't decontaminate the site and carry on with his work. A geologist of ours has been studying fossils as part of his research into prehistoric extinction events. He's been out there conducting excavations for a while now and has begun to suffer the effects of chiral contamination. No doubt the result of excessive exposure to chiralium during the dig.
You just explained this to me,
Until the site
though.
is properly decontaminated, his work can't proceed.
That's weird how the
Nor will
briefing
his health
explains it to
improve.
me, but then I have to
So
listen to
we
it
need
again
you
after I
to
take
bring
the
him some
mission.
chiralium scrubbing
That's weird.
agents.
The stratum the team was investigating dates from the end of the Cretaceous period, the time of the infamous mass extinction, which brought the reign of the dinosaurs to a close, leaving small mammals to inherit the Earth. It's the most recent of the Big Five, and one of the largest mass extinctions the world has ever seen. In any event, our team found something truly remarkable. Can you guess what it was? A fossil beach. If that is indeed what it is, then he has made a tremendous discovery. Therefore, Sam, it is essential that you deliver those chiralium scrubbing agents as soon as possible.
Okay.
Order assigned.
Keep on keeping on. Oh, of course we're going into an area that has not yet been rigged up to the chiralium network. That's just lovely. Now the good news is that I have.
Sam, so Hartman told you all about the lake. How the attack that created it changed his life forever. Not only did he lose his family, he very nearly lost himself. For 21 minutes, he was in a state of cardiopulmonary arrest. Under normal circumstances, he would have died. Therapeutic hypothermia saved his life. But the 21 minutes he spent on the other side had a lasting effect on him. Perhaps due to the shock, his Doom's abilities seem to have increased. And now he takes every opportunity to walk the beach in search of his family.
My apologies, Sam. You came all this way to visit me, yet I neglected to give you a proper farewell. Do be careful out there. As I mentioned before, this region is rich in memories of death and extinction. It should come as no surprise that BTs are sighted here more frequently. Perhaps
Lovely.
you recall the models in my lab. Their designs were all based on eyewitness accounts. Though I suppose they must have struck you as strange, considering the many times you've come face to face with the real McCoy.
And coming up to the limit of the things I can build, it looks like, until I expand my network a little bit more. $265. How close am I to the edge? Oh, I'm getting there. That didn't sound good. I should build something here. Now it's a straight shot over.
Construction complete.
It's such a fast-paced game, right, Steve Clark? Oh shit, those are rocks that are coming down. That's what that sound was. Holy shit. I guess I'm gonna have to pay attention to that. Lovely. this photo I see, buddy.
Scanning Bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Delivering cargo.
Sam Bridges. Oh, thank God for that. I was worried you might not get here in time. But then I've done nothing but worry of late. I've been haunted by those visions you Doom sufferers see. That end of days stuff. I put the nightmares down to fatigue. Possibility of chiral contamination never even occurred to me. It's just lucky we caught it before the suicidal stage. Dying's not an option. My research is nowhere near complete. It's not just my life you're saving here. It's my life's work. I started to wonder if I'd ever see these meds. I guess you really are good at what you do, huh? Thank you. Oh, yes. Right then. If you'd do the honors.
Yep. Boom shakalaka. We's connected.
And just like that, I'm part of the UCA, with access to a treasure trove of historical research materials. Studying this fossil beach should be a good deal easier now, assuming I can prove once and for all that that's what it is. Honestly, though, I'm just excited I can finally share these findings with everyone. Can you believe I found chiral deposits in strata dating back 65.5 million years? Evidence of an ancient death stranding.
Chiral matter has existed on Earth since long before the dawn of man. This stratum is proof of that. Look at this, Sam. Do you see that black fissure there? We believe this is the source of the chiralium readings. In the distant past, earthquakes caused frictional melting along fault lines, producing layers of what is known as pseudotaculite. We call these layers fossil earthquakes. Extending the principle, our fissure here is what one might term a fossil beach. The presence of chiralium in this of all strata cannot be a mere coincidence. It strongly suggests that beaches must have appeared during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. And not just then. The chiral network has recovered data suggesting that similar fossil beaches were discovered in strata corresponding to other extinction events too. That would seem to indicate the Big Five and all other major extinctions were accompanied by the appearance of beaches. In expanding the chiral network, you've helped us glimpse a pattern in these scattered points of data. You've furthered our individual research projects and ensured that it is only a matter of time before we recover all we have lost and solve every mystery that remains. But this is only the beginning. See this through, Sam, and there's no telling what we might learn.
Good work. New order available.
Okay.
Please access delivery terminal for further information.
I think we have to go back to the lab, so we could probably take that one. Fun part will be about if I can make it up to the top of this, I can probably drop a zip line that'll connect me back.
Thank you, Sam.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Looks like there's some ladders that have been established. Alright, we're good to go. I've got a zip line. I don't know that I necessarily need... If I go... Oh, somebody's got a zip line already up here. Hold up. I need to make it up there is what I need to make. Matter of fact, where is that? Yeah, I don't have a line of sight to that though. That's not even giving me a... So I wonder if that's damaged up there or something. Well, let's go straight up and see. I don't know if I can get up here or not. We should... Can I save before I do this? Yeah.
Let's get this show on the road.
I've got ladders. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna get up there. I did save this, so I can't see shit up here. That's what we look. That's what we saved for. I'm gonna load. I don't know that I can make it directly up there. I think there was a request too. I'm not quite sure how those work. But I don't think there's any way I'm making it up there from here. Not in whiteout conditions, because I can't see shit. Oh, come on now, buddy. You can make it up there. Here we go. I can't see shit down in here. Now, I know I've got a zip line down in there there it is. There's my zip line. That's 289 meters away. So I could definitely build a zip line right here. The question is, do I still have line of sight down to his lab? Sort of. Somebody's wanting me to put it up there, though. Alright, well, we're close enough. I've never seen like a request thing before. Okay. Alright, I could probably then get straight down to his lab. I would imagine. I don't know if I'm ever going to need to come back to his lab. But if I do, I've got one right here to use.
Construction complete.
Those rocks are tumbling down behind me.
Detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Safe travels. Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Delivering cargo. Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
Nice.
Thank you for your continued support. Good work. New order available. Please access.
That's a 200 kilo delivery. Like I said, 216 kilos. I'll let the robot take that. Jesus, look at that. That's the equivalent of 522 pizzas, kids. All right. Now the next one probably wants me to go. I'll have to check. I think I still have 2 more PCC2s. Yeah, the good thing is I now have at least 1 zipline up on the mountaintops that I could probably use too. This is 80 kilometers. Ugh.
Listen up, Sam. For this run, you'll be transporting an antimatter bomb. A Bridges paleontologist working on a dig says he needs it. Apparently, the fossils he wants to study are buried deep beneath tar, and the only way he can get to them is by blowing it wide open. Now, hopefully I don't need to tell you to be extra careful when handling high-yield explosives, but in case I do, make sure you keep that container in one piece, no matter what.
I don't know if I want to take any more PCC2s. I probably only need 1 or 2, but let's see what we can get for a route first.
I'm sure you haven't forgotten, but you need to be extremely careful with that antimatter bomb, especially when transporting it by a carrier or vehicle. Any irregularities should trigger an alarm. Don't ignore it.
Alright, now we get to go take a peek. Okay, he's just on the edge of us down there. So I should be able to take up to the top of the peak and then work my way down. Let's make a save here. Top of that mountain. I wonder if it would be better to hoof it on foot to the generator. The problem is getting down from that mountain in this direction. I kind of need to connect to another peak. I probably need 1 more PCC. I think I have 2. Yeah, I wonder if I should grab 1 more. Probably should. Alright, let's go see what we can see.
Keep on keeping on. Safe travels.
No worries, Deeks. Man, I don't know if I should go all the way up to the top. Man, we're gonna do it. That's where I'm heading, is right down there. So this is gonna be really fun trying to get down from here. Not fall. That's my destination. So I need to go right to the edge of that and drop. Alright. Fuck, I do not know an easy way down from here. This is gonna be chaos. This is gonna blow up the bomb. Oh, somebody's got a ladder here. Or a climbing thingy. No, no. Grab rope. Jesus. No, wrong rope. How do I get hold of this second rope? No! Not what I wanted to do! Jesus. No, no, go down. Go down. Dude, dude, dude. The camera angles on these ropes are sometimes ridiculously stupid. Ow! Come on, dude. Look at him, he turns around. He's like, I'm pushing forward, and it starts pushing me down, and then he turns around and starts coming back up. Go all the way down, brah. Problem is, I lost sight of that landing. Should have tagged it. Should have tagged the landing. I'm never going to be able to see in this snow. Alright, this might be it up ahead. Fuck. I can't see anything. I can't even find my... Like, this is like complete whiteout. Okay, there's my zip line. 200 meters away. The problem is, because of the whiteout conditions, I cannot tell if I need to build it here or somewhere else. Oh, I bet it's going to be right here. Look it. Oh, okay, that should work right there.
Let's do this.
Oh no, there's the landing. That's funny as shit. However, there's no way I was going to make it to that land. The landing was too far away, I think.
Construction complete.
However, this may end up getting me beyond my limit of bandwidth.
Oh. He's toppled over.
Yeah, I'm 400 meters away from that one. There's no way I would have made it down here to the clearing anyway. Okay. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, can I put one here? Oh, I may not get line of sight. Okay.
Okay.
Do I recommend this one before the first one? I have no idea. My first playthrough, I have no clue.
Come on, hurry up.
Thus, I am playing the first one because I have never played this.
Construction complete.
Easy now.
We're about off the chiral network, so it's been very interesting to see how this is going to work on the way back. Slow down. Alright, we are now off the grid. Oh, we got music for the first time in a while. Okay. Grab rope. go. No, 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 no. Keep going down. Down, down, you dumbass. And then grab. No! Turn around, grab the rope. Okay. No, 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 no. I really dislike the way the camera angles mess up when you are trying to climb down these sometimes. Going down the ropes or the ladders, and they're like, no! You were going down, but now you're going up. Come on! So coming back up out of here is going to be the tricky part. Oh, it's like suddenly green. Slow it down. Slow it down.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Delivering cargo.
Much appreciated, friend. Thanks to you, we can finally move ahead. Dig. I swear, this place is bad enough without having to worry about getting asphyxiated. Not that I need to tell you. You did it after all. Though I can't for the life of me imagine how.
Patience. Track.
Set up the chiral network while I work.
Hook a brother up! Nice, Deeks. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the music stuff in this game, it's not all the time, but when it hits, like there's some truly like cinematic moments where they've got music blending with the exploration. And it is a really nice, sort of like palette cleanser in between some of the super crazy action sequences.
Anyway, as it turns out, Sam Bridges, I have a favor to ask. A local porter was on his way here with something very valuable, but dropped it en route. It's a 200-million-year-old ammonite, which looks, he says, almost as if it were still alive. He apparently stumbled across it in a boulder field, which had previously been hidden beneath a glacier, but that's not the half of it. The man claims this ammonite has an umbilical cord. An umbilical cord. Color me skeptical, but the specimen merits study, and I wasn't about to leave such delicate work to an amateur. So I asked him to carve out the whole surrounding chunk of rock and bring it here to me. Naturally, I wanted to compare it with contemporary specimens in the vicinity, which is why I had him excavate a number of those in addition to the one he told me about. But what does the dumb fuck go and do? He loses the whole shipment. Didn't even have the good sense to mark which container had the ammonite with the umbilical cord. The cargo was supposedly lost in the area to the southwest, where toxic gases have a tendency to build up.
Thus the oxygen
Mr.
mask.
Reliable claims his cargo scanner is broken, and there's no way he can recover the shipment. But you could track it down. To protect you against the fumes, I'll provide you with an oxygen mask. Just to be safe. You can pick it up when you accept the order.
That fossil could represent an epical discovery.
Epical,
While there
bro.
are examples of viviparous fish, an ammonite with an umbilical cord is unheard of. And if it is indeed 200 million years old, it would also correspond with the end Triassic extinction, another one of the big five. Could the umbilical cord be connected to the beach? We must recover that cargo at all costs. It could provide a vital clue to the mechanisms underpinning the Death Stranding. We're so close. So very, very close to grasping the true nature of the phenomenon. Hurry, Sam. We cannot risk that ammonite being lost.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
What's in the shared locker? I will take that PCC level 2, please. I will always take PCT 2 levels. Oh shit, that's a long way away though. And it's probably gonna be crawling with BTs.
An oxygen mask, huh? Good idea. It'll filtrate the air and keep you breathing normally. In addition to protecting you from toxic gases, it'll also help to reduce fatigue from strenuous activity, making it easier to keep your balance. If it didn't have a limited battery life, I'd tell you to keep it on the whole time. But it does, so don't.
These are the level 2 grenades. Oh, I hate the fact that he's telling me that I might need the level 2s. I'm not gonna take any grenades. Oh, that looks badass, dude. But he said not to keep it on all the time, so maybe I should just attach it to my suit for now. Oh, I've got... Oh, I didn't need to... Oh, dude, he gave me one and then I made another one. That was stupid. My bad. What's up, Deeks? JK, sorry. I already said hi to Deeks. I meant JK.
Order assigned.
Alright, I need all 5 containers of ammonites. Now, out of sheer curiosity, before I head down there,
Got a dirty job.
Restrictions lifted.
Yeah, Sam's your man.
there's my, can I, this is what I want to see. Ah, see, I don't have enough bandwidth. So I finally hit my limit with bandwidth. And I bet there's a line of sight there. I have never hit my bandwidth until now, so I will have to, I think I'm going to leave my PCC-2s here, because I don't think I'm going to need them to get back.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
And then we'll get connected to the
Weapons
network.
detected. All
Alright, nothing for it. We are now making our way down here. Now, somebody's got a garage over here, so I wonder if I ought to grab a vehicle.
Keep on keeping on. Weapons restrictions lifted.
I do not know what the terrain down here is like, so let's see if there's a truck. There is a truck. I'm gonna grab it.
Stand clear. Vehicle ready.
Right. Let's roll. Whee! I have no idea if this is a good decision or not. Probably not. Oh, Jesus, never mind. Where are we going? Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Where the heck? Oh, it's... So, I guess I have to go down into the fissure. Okay, never mind. I don't need a vehicle. What am I doing? Herp-derper. Right? Looks like they're all down in here somewhere. Alright, at what point do I have to put the mask on? Probably here, because I see the green goo. Okay. I've never used a chiral bridge before. That's a trip, dude. How many do I need? That's it. No, how come he didn't get up on the bridge? So I can probably take my mask off now. I like the falling icon that somebody put there. Okay.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
see. I have to see it. Oh my. It really is immaculately preserved. Uncannily, even.
All right, a little bit more bandwidth. Thank you.
Thanks for bringing in that lost shipment, Sam. And yes, it did indeed include an ammonite with a bona fide umbilical cord attached. I've already sent some images and a preliminary analysis to Hartman via the network.
Nice.
Interestingly, it seems the surrounding strata contain traces of tar, which lines up with one of his theories. Anyway, I know you only just brought this ammonite here, but I'd like you to deliver it to a colleague of mine, an Evo-Devo biologist. Lately, she's taken an interest in the tar, and I think she'd be eager to examine this particular specimen.
It's quite remarkable, and that's to your credit.
I know,
To
everything's to
clarify,
my credit.
She has been studying how the tar may have influenced the development of various organisms. Accordingly, I would ask that you also recover the tar collectors deployed near her shelter and deliver them along with the ammonite. It would be too dangerous for her to attempt to retrieve them herself, which is why we must impose upon you. By aiding her research, we may yet inch closer to unraveling the secrets of the Death Stranding. We've already made so much progress with the data recovered by the network. With your continued help, I know we can accomplish even more.
That's right. The world rests on my shoulders.
New order available.
And yet no one has even
Please
bothered to
access
offer me a
delivery
reach
terminal
around.
For further information. Deploying autonomous delivery bot.
Alright, I got nothing in that direction. And I don't think I have enough to build any more zip lines. So, this one's probably going to be hoofing it on foot. I am going to take my PCC2s with me because once I connect, there may be some connections from the biologist over. Or not, that's a lot of weight. That's not too bad. Actually, never mind. I thought it was more than that.
Order
Okay.
assigned.
Okay. All right. That is a long way away across a couple of mountain ranges from me. I'm at 1900. Alright, let me just go up here and see.
Hey, your day will come. I know it.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
tar, aren't I?
Oh, there is a, oh, somebody's got a zip line right there, so hold that thought. Up, up, up. I can piggyback right here. That's enough for me.
Let's do this.
Alright, now we're going in that direction.
Construction complete.
How much did it cost? It cost 500 to place one of those, so I'm maxed out again. Okay. Alright. Even so,
Begin scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Weapons restrictions lifted.
yep, I got nothing in that direction. But I guarantee you, if I had another, how far away is that? 732. We need to place 2 to get between us and there. Even so, it's not on the grid yet. Well, let's go over there and see what we can see. Too bad we don't have snowmobiles. Yeah, there might be stuff I can't see it because it's not on the grid. So we'll know more once I get this connected. Unless we hit a whiteout, I better slow it down. Hang on, guys. Both my male cats just like perked up and were listening to something, and I didn't hear what they heard. So let me duck out of the office. Well, I don't know what they heard. Chris said everything's fine outside, so they definitely heard something though, because they both woke up from their naps and had like their ears went straight up and they were like looking around. Who knows, man? Okay. I have no recollection of that Wolf Shield. I haven't seen those movies in forever. You're talking National Lampoon, right? Okay, old volcano. I need a bunch. Whoa, 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 I can't hear you. Hang on. What? Un DCF. Ok, gracias por avisarme. Chris just ducked in and said there's actually somebody working out on one of the poles. So if I randomly disappear, it's going to be because the electricity went out because I don't know what they're working on. So we'll see. Chevy Chase puts some non-stick spray on a disc and then goes downhill like a rocket. Nice. I still have not tried one of the floating beds that someone told me you could ride those down the hills like a snowboard. I haven't tried that yet. Oh, great. I don't know where I should park the bike. Hang on, let me see. Oh, damn it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to gather these first. Where the hell is the paleontologist after that? It doesn't even show me where they are located. Aha! Way over there. Am I just gonna have to ditch the bike? All of those are quite a ways away from me. We gotta get 5 of these, I think. That's 1. 2. Shit, I got one right here. God, there's so many of these fucking things, man. Oh, I'm almost out of grenades. That's not good. I might have to be a little more cautious. I didn't know is that. Oh, look at all those chirals down there, man. Fuck. All right, I need to go around. I am a little low on grenades. Now, someone said I could cut the cord. I've never tried to cut the cord before, and I'm terrified to do that right now because I don't have enough grenades. Like, I don't know how to cut the cord. Do you go into first person? Like, I don't know how to cut the cord. Yeah, I'm on the compass thing, though. Oh shit, it triggered something and then... Hang on. Nah, I don't know what I need to do. I would have to watch somebody's video. Yeah, it did not give me a prompt. If it did, I didn't see it, so. It did, there was something that flashed on screen, but then I got seen, so. Fuck, I just need to run away. I jumped right onto it. Ah! Dude, get up, bitch. We're gonna get these and then we're gonna run the frack away. Oh, there's more than one. Okay, alright. There's the last one I need over here. Alright, we got this. grump all you want, you stupid. I don't know if the max could help here or not. Oh, come on, we can make it. Ah! Run! Alright. Let's get the frack out of here, man. Oh no! How many more grenades do I have left? Probably not enough to kill one of those things, doesn't look like. Oh! Yeah, I don't have enough to kill one, so let's just run. Oh, I think it might have got me for finally. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Pick it up, pick it up. Oh, fuck me. I think we're in the clear. My baby's all stressed out, and I don't care. Whew. Anyway, the oxygen mask might help. I don't know though, because it drains your battery too, so I'm not sure. There was a lot of BTs in that area though, and then there was like 2 or 3 of those monsters. I have no idea what the bazaar is, Derek Hansen. I need a bath to get all this tar off me.
All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Delivering cargo.
I'm impressed, Sam. Not many people would have even attempted this. May I have a look? Not a scratch on it, and the tar inside is safe and secure. You do not disappoint, my friend.
No, the bazaar does not look like something I would be interested in at all. Nope.
me to the chiral network. That's where my studies will truly begin.
Aye, aye, ma'am. Some juicy, tarry chiral network chips. Let me put these tar-covered Q-tips. Ooh, a grenade launcher.
Thank you. It goes without saying, but I am convinced that the tar is related to the BTs and the Death Stranding. After all, both it and Timefall are the defining features of the post-Stranding ecosystem. Sudden environmental changes such as these invariably lead to the extinction of organisms that fail to adapt. Those that do adapt do so by virtue of enhancers, the regions of DNA that grant successful organisms their advantages. These genetic factors are the key to evolution. But there are genes which have the opposite effect, those which disadvantage organisms. Extinction factors, as they have been called. These are the seeds of advancement and obsolescence. Such factors may lie dormant within us all, a choice waiting to be made. For every being since the advent of life itself. If so, then ancient proof may hide deep within the tar. Evidence of these genetic decisions that may aid us in navigating our current crossroads. In any event, thanks to you, I can now study the composition of the tar in greater detail. I'll make sure to share any interesting results with you later.
Well done, Sam. You furthered our research into the Death Stranding in ways you cannot imagine. Thank you again for bringing me Mama's body, as well as that ammonite. Speaking of which, my analysis of its umbilical cord is proceeding apace. I've been comparing the data against some of our restored archives. Anyway, would you mind returning to my lab? Preparations are finally complete for the chiral relay integration. If you could collect the necessary materials for the restoration work and bring them here, I would be most grateful.
Where does he want me to go to get the materials? Is the
Good work.
question.
New order available. Please access delivery terminal or further.
Alright, well, we need to recycle some stuff first. You know what I didn't check was if there's any of those blood pouches drained. Nope. Okay. Time sensitive live fish. We might take that back, but before I do that,
Thank you for your contribution.
okay, I do have some zip lines. The question is, though, where do they go? There's one out behind us. Which would theoretically lead in the direction of the paleontologist. And then there's something going up. Let me go out there and check. Yeah, where does this connect to? Because I bet if I put one on the ridge there, I could get over to the paleontologist. And I've already got connections to the paleontologist to get me back. Okay, this is already connecting me somewhere. Let's see where it goes. Nothing, because it dead ends up here in the mountains. And we've got 500 meters to cover. So I could theoretically go... I don't know what's down there, though, is the problem. Do I have any PCCs on me? I've got one. So theoretically, that's less than 600 away. Theoretically, I could go straight over there, and there might be a space for me to drop one. So let's... How much, hang on, how much bandwidth do I have? Oh yeah, I got just enough to place one zip line. Alright, here we go, kids. And hope we don't get hit with a snowstorm, because if we do, I'm not going to be able to see shit. And if there's too much of a cliff line or something, I won't be able to... line of sight issues, I won't be able to place it. And I need 2 to connect me to the paleontologist, so if this doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll know here in a minute, because... Oh, come on, man! Don't make me deal with BTs. Come on, man! No, man! Not cool, man! Of course they want to fuck with me coming over the top of the mountains here. Damn it.
Yeah, I feel you.
If they're all over there to the right, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Do I still have line of sight? I do. Can I get on top of that rock? If I can make it on top of that rock and get line of sight between these two places, we'll be fine. Okay, I think we're gonna be okay. Let's go over here and see. If this gets me line of sight to both, I'll be okay. Nope, it's not. Shit, man. No, it's gonna be too far down the mountain. Poodoo. Oh no! No, hang on. Yeah, I won't be able to get it, but I will be able to get to that one right there. We're good. We're good. We're totally good. We are so good. I'm making this work. That's right. Modern problems, modern solutions, baby.
Okay.
So technically, I do have a zip line going all the way from the paleontologist, because it just won't connect the bottom half. But I can get to the Evo lab, to the paleontologist. I just have to go around. I won't be able to do that bottom half. I would need to go around, but that's okay. Too bad I can't go straight down there, but it's just a hop, skip, and a zip. I'm doing my part. The best part about this is I built so many zip lines, I don't even remember where the fuck they all go. All I know is that I finally maxed out my building limit, which I didn't think was going to happen, to be honest with you, but I finally have reached it. And 100% of it has been through zip lines.
Welcome, Sand Porter Bridges.
Which is awesome. Dude, I need a bath. I've got so much tar on me.
Keeping on.
I don't... Is there a bathroom I can use here? I think go in his room, but I don't know if he has a shower down in here.
Thank you, Sam. In reclaiming our past, we've uncovered a number of vital clues. Don't worry, I just got back. We have time. When you met with Mama, you experienced a strong antigen-antibody reaction, correct?
There was a BT in the room.
There was, but something else may have been causing it. I've discovered large quantities of chiral matter in Mama as well. Not just the usual kind that collects on our skin or on our suits. It's in all her cells. Cells that are no longer active. The BT you encountered there was special. It was her child, but also her own soul. Somehow, her car and half failed to separate. They must have remained connected through the umbilical cord. It's the only explanation.
Is that why I didn't get a bruise where she touched me?
Yes, and there's more.
10 seconds to cardiac arrest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I modified the log times. Headquarters will have no record of what we say. Look, a message from Dead Man. It came with the umbilical cord.
Sam, I'm sorry. You deserve to know what you were carrying. But I couldn't risk Die Hardman finding out about the case. So I had no choice but to keep it off the books. You've got to keep this between us. We still don't know if the director can be trusted. The umbilical cord was taken from Bridget Strand. I removed it in secret. The cord wasn't attached to a fetus. It was outside her body. She asked me to take care of it. Said it was the key to unlocking the Death Stranding. But she insisted that I never tell the director. The cord shows no sign of decomposition or necrotization. Almost as if it's frozen in time. I thought Hartman might be able to make sense of it. So I had it hidden with your cargo at Mountain Knot City.
Deadman's observations were accurate. It's just like Mama's corpse.
What do you mean?
Plot thickens, man.
I mean, they share a very unique property. Both contain large amounts of chiralium in their cells. In other words, the President's cord was somehow connected to the beach, and that allowed it to escape the flow of time. I've put together the bones of a theory. It's patchy, but worth sharing, I think. Life on Earth has been rocked by many extinctions, great and small, including the Big Five. And if you examine the Earth's strata, its history, if you will, you'll find chiralium deposits that can be dated to each. What if the manifestation of beaches and other associated phenomena correspond to extinction-level events?
You mean?
Yes. Our Death Stranding could just be the latest of many. The records and research you helped us to recover strongly suggest that we are in the middle of the 6th extinction.
6th extinction. Come on.
You know what this is, yes?
A frozen mammoth from 10,000 years ago.
Correct. And this?
The Iceman from 5,300 years ago.
They both have the same umbilical cords.
Bullshit.
Humor me. What if the mammoth and the Iceman weren't frozen?
You're saying time stopped for them just like it did for Mama?
Unfortunately, all these specimens were lost in the Death Stranding, so there's no way to examine the genuine articles. But some fragments of data did survive. With the aid of the chiral network, we may be able to piece together something more concrete using Evo-Devo tech. All right, how's this? A dinosaur from 65.5 million years ago. Umbilical cord, not decomposed.
Only mammals have umbilical cords.
No. Only mammals have umbilical cords used for childbirth. This is something else. Call it a strand from the other side. I propose that mammalian umbilici are a sort of mimesis of the strand that then evolved over time. We shouldn't assume that everything about a Death Stranding is detrimental to life.
Okay.
Trilobites, ammonites, dinosaurs, the mammoth, the Iceman, all preserved as if frozen in time, all without exception, found with strands, which is to say that all may have been connected to the beach. And this, when viewed in the context of the extinction entity, EE theory, leads me to surmise that organisms with strands are in fact extinction entities. You see, Sam, EEs are connected to the beach via their strands. And it is through this connection that they somehow bring about a Death Stranding.
So you're saying Bridget was an extinction entity?
It's far too soon to say anything for certain. And since you burned her body, we may never know.
Higgs said Amelie's an EE, that she doesn't have dooms like the rest of us.
Sam, think. Assume that President Strand was an EE. Isn't it possible that her daughter is too? At the very least, Higgs may hope as much now that the President is unavailable.
So he kidnaps her for EE powers or whatever to cause a mass extinction.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I doubt a single EE is powerful enough to cause a Death Stranding, assuming Amelie is an EE.
Well, Higgs sure thinks she's got what it takes.
Indeed. And we need to get her back as soon as possible.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Ah, this one is real. Sam, go west.
How do you want me to handle Die Hardman?
With your customary reserve. Nothing good will come of him learning of our suspicions. Whatever else is going on, we still need the chiral network.
Right.
Activating lab security measures. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, that just led to more confusion. At least we got some theories about things, but still a lot left to uncover.
It's time, Sam. When you're ready, proceed to the shore of the tar belt and begin work on the chiral relay. Once it's ready, use the Cupid to bring it online. The necessary materials are prepped for you. Supplies are limited, so handle them with care. You'll be carrying a lot, too. All things considered, this might be one of your hardest runs to date. Hartman knows more about the site than I do, so he'll take it from here. It's about time for his wake-up call anyway.
Administering shock.
that way station. The site we have chosen was an original candidate for the way station we lost to the tar belt.
Yeah, we've gotten some answers anyway.
Ironically, we suspended construction because we deemed it a little too unstable and not worth the risk. But this time, it's our best shot. So let's hope we weren't right to change horses in midstream. Fortunately for us, the foundation we laid down is still intact. All you have to do is transport the necessary materials to the site and finish the job. I'm afraid it's the only way we can expand the network further west and rescue Harmony. We're counting on you, Sam.
I got 150 kilos of stuff. Can I even carry that much? And I gotta go over and around the mountains somehow. I wonder if I can go get those. There was a vehicle. Down by the paleontologist, I think.
Remember, Sam, your objective is to bring a new chiral relay online by tar belt. And to do that, you'll need to collect the necessary materials at Hartman's lab. And once the relay's up and running, you'll be able to proceed to Edge Knot City. Good luck.
Well, I'm certainly not lugging that on my back. Alright, hold up. Why do I have lost cargo? I need to go to... Oh, I probably picked it up when I was panicking. Well, let's head to the paleontologist because I know there's a truck down there that I can grab. And it's sort of
Order assigned.
in that direction. And I have cargo I need to deliver there anyway.
Keep on keeping on. Safe travels.
Carriers? Yeah, that's right. I can grab carriers. I forgot all about those.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Where do I need to go? The paleontologist or the Evo Devo are going to be the closest I can get. Now I know there was a vehicle at the paleontologist area, so if I can use that to drive up and over, that would be my best bet. So let's head on over there. And if I don't think I can drive it, I'll grab some carriers.
detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Keep on keeping on. Rest is advised. Weapons restrictions.
Now the question is, can I find a way out of here? Because there's that void there. Void? Sorry, I meant like the big crack in the. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to deliver the cargo too. I need to go deliver this to the paleontologist. Now what I don't want to do is get this truck stuck somewhere.
Rest is advised. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
And I should probably check to see if there's any floating carriers in the.
Delivering cargo.
Yep. That's what I was just getting ready to do, JK. I was about to check
Good to see you safe
the
and sound.
locker here.
You are incredible, Sam. A real trooper. Thank you for everything.
I don't know how many I'm gonna need, but I should probably take at least 2.
I'll be sure to call on you again.
Good work. New order available.
Just a bunch of lost cargo, so I need to. Hang on, private lockers. Nope, hang on, there's a floating carrier too. How much can you carry on one of these? Because I've got like 150 kilos of cargo. Well, we'll take one for now. And I'll craft another one. I can only do a level 1, so. But at the very least, it gives me a level 1 and a level 2.
Keep on keeping on.
So if I need to, I've got these to go with me. Alright, now comes the trick of figuring out how the frack do we get where we need to go. It is a long way down. Actually, it's not that far from where we are, but the key is going to be getting over the mountains and not getting stuck. I'll be right back. Alright. I'm back, for at least for the moment. I'll probably have to step away again because we've got cats are waking up from their naps and Chris is making lunch. Somehow, I gotta get this thing out and around. Paul Taylor says just came here, first time, looking forward to Dune. Oh, speaking of Dune, I haven't watched, we're gonna finish up the stream at some point today when we start wrapping up. We're going to go watch the live gameplay from the most recent dev stream that Funcom did. It's about 45 minutes long. That's going to be how we wrap things up today. We're not quite there yet. Probably need to go over these mountains here. Probably about the time that Chris finishes up lunch / dinner, we will switch over. Oh, come on now. Don't tell me I'm going to get this truck stuck just out of the gate. Come on. You could do it, Purple Beastie. This is probably what I'm looking for, because down in here, I think there's probably a straight shot down. What is that thing? I've never seen one of those. Online cargo catapult. I guess I have those, but I haven't built one before. Alright, we need to go down in that direction. Let's see if I can do a save here. Nope. Alright, well, here we go. BTTs be damned. And also mules. This is gonna be great. Fuck it. Oh no! Alright, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Made it through the mule territory. Yeah, I've never been compelled to grab one of the catapults, to be honest with you. Come on now, I gotta figure out how we're getting down here. Oh my goodness. Oh no! Oh, at least I don't think you can tip the vehicle. Hopefully we can't actually tip the vehicle. Let's see if we can actually make it down here. Where we're going, we don't need roads, right? I think we're okay.
Sam, you should be nearing the old building site. Look for the terminal and submit your materials for processing.
That's pretty cool looking, man. Now, can I drive right up there, or am I going to have to drop them off and pull them out of the machine?
Sam, you need to get those materials processed in order
finish the chiral relay.
Do I need to chalk the wheels? All right. "60 deaths and 60 births in a day."
Good job, Sam. Now access the terminal and bring the relay online.
JK says I drove all the way there, but it wasn't without the occasional cursor. I can't believe I made it through the mule territory and everything else without accidentally rocketing myself off a cliff. I'm genuinely surprised. That gave me 3,300 chiral. Did that just give me a giant highway?
And with that, we're all linked up. Once you cross the tar belt, the end will be in sight. We're this close to Emily, to America's second chance. Edgenut City awaits. The staff we're sending will start by building a safe house. Over time, they'll expand their operations and establish a new facility. In doing so, they'll carry on the legacy of the brave souls lost to the tar. All thanks to you, Sam. Now, let's figure out how to get you across this tar belt.
Bond with Lou has been restored. And it says... Oh, we got all sorts of mail just popped in. Chronicles of Aaron, Chapter 2. I'm the veteran of the first expedition. I passed this beautiful heart-shaped lake. Solomon told me it's a city where that lake is. It's reminding me of a story about a porter who got snagged by a BT. All this tar started building up from the ground along with rocks and buildings started debris, stuff from the past, people said, and the porter used it to escape the tar and give the BT the slip. Yeah, I've done that before. I've been analyzing the tar samples you collect me, and I've got to say its properties are wholly unlike those of the more common tar. Okay. This is the stuff of distinctions. Assuming it's a two-way street, that means that matter sent to that world could theoretically return through the tar once more, which would explain some of the more fantastic stories I've heard of buildings swallowed whole by tar, only to miraculously rise from its depths at a later date, looking exactly as they did when they were lost. If the tar is a gateway to the past it has consumed, maybe it could be manipulated into regurgitating its old meals. Ooh.
The only way west is through that. To make matters worse, I don't believe your PCC is capable of building anything that will get you across.
Okay.
There must be a way. We can't give up. Not with what's at stake. We'll see if we can't think of something here. But considering everything you've been through, I wouldn't be surprised if you've already got a few ideas of your own.
Find a way to cross the tar belt. 670 meters. So the furthest I can go is down over here on the tip. Which is somewhere over there where people already have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, my truck rolled back down the hill. That's awesome. What is that? Hang on, I'm hearing a bunch of noise.
Only gonna get harder. Come on, Sammy boy. Okay. Let's just sit here for a second.
Ah, it was Christina's sister just got here, so we got company. All right. We're gonna wrap up the Death Stranding portion of the stream here, because I know the next part is supposed to be an adventure, and we're gonna go watch the Dune Awakening stuff. So for those of you who are just here for the Death Stranding stuff, this will be where I hit the hard save and wrap it up. But if you're interested in watching the Dune Awakening live gameplay, we're going to go check it out now from their most recent stream. Save our game here. It's about 45 minutes long, so we're still here for a little bit, everybody. Let me get this switched over. I've got to get everything prepped and ready. Bum. What's up, United? Alright, let me go drag up this YouTube video. Dune Awakening live stream gameplay. So this is from the live stream they did the other day, which I've done portions of this, but I haven't actually watched this portion yet. So we're going to watch this together with everybody, because you might actually be able to get some really cool additional details that I haven't been able to talk about because I'm under NDA from the closed beta. But if they're talking about things, I can actually talk a little bit about things as well. Okay, we should be able to settle in here. Need to get my notebook. And every time I come to my desk, I swear my pens are missing, courtesy of my wife. Okay. Turn this off. Okay, so this is a live stream of Dune Awakening, taken from their most recent event that they did. They've actually got about a 45-minute section of gameplay here, which shows off a bunch of stuff, which is awesome, because the closed beta has been a lot of fun. But obviously, there's still an NDA in place, so I can't talk about all the things, but when they actually reveal things, we can dive into things a little bit deeper. So I'm looking forward to going through this with you guys. I've not watched this portion of the live stream. We have covered a couple of different um, portions of this live stream over the past couple of days. But if you don't know what Dune Awakening is, it is a forthcoming crafting survival game from Funcom set on the planet of Arrakis from the Dune universe. And it is not following the Dune novels because it is an alternative timeline. It is one of the visions that Paul Atreides had of potential futures. And so they get to play around with the lore a little bit and do things that don't necessarily follow the book while still keeping things in line with the planet of Arrakis and the politics of the Landsraad and beyond. So if you don't know anything about Dune, don't worry about it. If you do know stuff about Dune, you'll have some Easter eggs that you can see as we go through this. You'll understand some of the stuff, but just understand it's a science fiction crafting survival game, and we'll go from there. They good?
So to talk about the world and exploration in Dune Awakening, we're gonna jump into live gameplay, and I have two guests with me here to talk about that, two very exciting guests. We have here on the side Jeff Gagné, who is our world director on Dune Awakening, and we have Øyvind Jernskau, who is expert environmental designer, artist, who will jump on and answer questions in the end as well. Jeff, for example, who you might know, by the way, also as El Jefe. For some of you, if you know, you know.
El Jefe.
Jeff, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit to the viewers?
Yes, I'm Jeff. As Tasha said, I'm the world director on Dune Awakening. I've been in the industry for 2 decades, worked many years at Ubisoft and Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed, The Division, jumped to other companies, worked on Battlefield, Divinity Original Sin 2, and now I'm working on this beautiful world made out of sand and rock.
And then, Øyvind, do you have a nickname, by the way?
Some people call me Allfather.
Oh, Allfather, like Odin?
Yes, because I know so much about
It's
the
But I'm
Office dad as well, right?
Yes.
Like everyone knows we can go to Øyvind if there's any questions.
This is true.
But yeah, introduce yourself as well.
Yeah, hello. My name is Øyvind Jernskau. I've been in the industry for 3 decades.
Yes.
Neener.
Yeah, started with in Funcom in 1996. The majority of my time has been here. I've basically been working on all the Funcom games almost.
On all of them, including Secret Worlds.
Secret World, Longest Journey, Dreamfall, Age of Conan, Exiles, Anarchy Online.
You actually worked on Anarchy Online?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I
think a lot of viewers will go like, yes, right now.
Yeah,
so
he's been here a
It
while.
doesn't look like it, but you're that old.
Oh my god. We don't do that here. We don't do any age shaming here. It's like, all right. But yeah, so as we now jump into some of the gameplay, we'll have actually Camille behind the camera who is playing for us. We will, there he also emotes, nice,
Well
love
done.
it, love it. So as we take our first step here into
And
the
this
world,
is
I mean,
this is
one of the
live
main concerns
gameplay
that
from
players
their
have, or that we
event.
see
So obviously we're
often
watching after
us
the
in the
fact,
public,
but
is like, Arrakis
this
the
is
desert.
someone actually playing the
Is it
game.
going
This
to
is
be
not
boring?
pre-recorded
You know,
footage.
like, can you do a lot with the desert?
Yes.
But we can. I think we can. I think we can actually say that we can. So, what was the biggest challenge, though, to make our Arrakis?
Yeah, it was basically when I started at Funcom, the one of the most important pillar I had for me was for the world was verticality, right? Yes, I was in charge of the world on a desert planet, but I wanted to make sure that we would still have a lot of verticality in the game, right? So we'll see that later also, but there's a lot of rock formation and different biomes that we'll explore and things like this. But it was really, really important to me that it was just not a flat space of sand, right? Thanks to Oyvind and a lot of people on the world team, we were able to manage quite a lot of different high elevation with a lot of different vistas, like the one that we have right now. And we can see Camille using the binoculars to make sure that you can look at the trade post. Right here we have 4 of them in Hege Basin, the map that you will play many hours. This is a neutral section that hosts a lot of NPCs you can talk to.
When he says
vendors,
neutral,
you
what
can get
essentially
some
that means is
contracts,
it's
get some
a
quest systems,
PvE
and,
environment. There is no
other things like that
PvP in this
there.
area.
I think it's also interesting to note that while we explore here and use the binoculars, it does
This is where
actually
you can
add
gather
the points
resources,
of interest
build
that you're looking at
bases,
to the compass at
do
the
lots
top.
of quests.
Plus, you can also add your own markers, right?
absolutely.
So I think that's also.
Yes.
Oh, I love that one. By
Yeah,
the
that's
way.
a little garage that we added
Yes.
because we had during the beta there was a lot of
Yes.
players going to the trade post with their hard-earned sand bike, and they were just placing their sand bike here there. They were going to the trade post, and then a sandstorm was coming. When a sandstorm comes, the door closes.
Yep.
We are getting a sandstorm now, so we can.
There
also,
is a sandstorm, so we'll see.
But
We'll
what
see.
I think is very cool, like just to like.
So this is the
mention that
sandstorm
again,
coming on the
We
horizon.
added those garage areas because our beta
Yeah,
testers
absolutely.
actually came up with the idea, and they were like, "Okay, my sand
Yeah,
bike
can I
is
have
destroyed
garage?
now. Can
Yeah,
I have a
absolutely.
garage?"
Because for us, I don't know, we play the game so much, so it's hard to know what we don't know, right? So
And we
yeah, the
actually
door
have-
closes, and then when you're stuck inside and you bike outside, when you go out, your bike is destroyed. So now if you put at least your bike in a little garage, it's gonna be okay.
Or quite damaged at
yeah,
least,
quite
right? Like,
damaged at least for sure, right?
So we might actually see here the doors being, we see the sandstorm incoming here. Depending if the sandstorm actually comes close enough.
Yeah,
looks
now
like
it is. Yeah, you should
it
get
is.
inside, Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they're
gonna
good.
eat a bit of
Doors
time,
are going
though,
now.
but that's just how it is.
I haven't actually tried. Can you get like squished and killed between the doors? That's actually something I want to figure out now because I honestly don't know. I haven't tried
Yeah,
that.
Camille, don't try it.
Yeah, don't
But
No.
I think you're pushed in or out. I don't exactly remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. You also see like.
Well,
yeah,
that's funny
the
because
door closed.
there's a lot of things that can happen in the environment, and yeah, that just happened during the stream. So it didn't happen earlier, but now it happened. So we're gonna wait a little bit and talk a bit more, right? So the thing in front of Camille was the
That's the contract
board. So it's one of the way that you can get quest, like contract things to do basically. You pick them up and then you do them, you get some rewards. You can also find contract in the world. Some people might have been sent to kill other baddies, and then you just happen there, you steal the contract and you finish the job and get the reward for yourself.
You also saw that you have faction-specific contracts as well. They have like specific icons there, of course. So
Absolutely.
there's lots of things that and then you can of course see your quests or contracts, like we call them here in your quest log,
Absolutely.
in your contract log, so to speak.
Yes.
So you also have like the faction
Can I fly you
agents
somewhere
here,
today?
like in
Yes.
these trade posts that you can like talk to if you want to actually start one
I
of
like
the
to
faction
fly.
quest lines.
Yeah,
I like that
absolutely.
helmet, man.
There's a quest line that's in you later in another region that
But you know what I
brings you
don't
to
like much? Talking.
aligning yourself with one of the main faction, either Atreides or Harkonnen.
That's like a
And
taxi
also what we
service.
saw just now was you can
Yes.
actually, once you have a trade post explored or unlocked, you can actually use a pilot that flies you to one of the either Arakeen or Harko village, like the
Yes,
faction
you can
cities,
go
the player cities.
to the trade post, or you can also fly outside of this map and then go into the cities. And there's a lot more things to explore there, more NPC to talk to. You have access to the exchange, which is the Dune auction house, where you can buy and sell things for and from other players.
Yeah, because generally you actually need an ornithopter, right,
Yes.
to go there. So we made sure that even newer players can actually enjoy those areas,
Yeah.
even if they don't have the ornithopter unlocked just
Exactly.
yet.
It takes a lot of time to get the topter, so
It's
good to
worth
be-
it.
It's worth
It
it.
is worth it, but it does take some
100%.
time.
Absolutely.
It's a really wow moment. I remember when I made myself my first ornithopter, I was very proud, and it was a
Yes.
really cool moment.
Sometimes
now-
when I test bugs, I just stop and I just fly around.
Really? Just to enjoy,
Yeah, do the booster.
enjoy your work. so
Takes
to
longer
say.
to fix bugs
Yeah,
because
but nobody knows that.
enjoy your work,
exactly.
you know.
Well, now everybody knows.
You need to, yeah.
So this is
Absolutely.
inside the
So in
garage.
this case here, we do have a sandbag already, and we have like a few things that we're checking out now in the base.
Camille deposing blood that he harvested from enemies before. That's the best first way to, well, second way I must say, to hydrate yourself. First way is to suck up sap plant at the start of the game. But then at some point you unlock tools to be able to harvest blood from enemies, and then you can process it
This
into
is
water, where you can then drink. You can
It's
also
behind my
drink
head. That
blood
blue
if you're
bar
really
is your
desperate,
water
but,
bar?
it's not really good.
So it just filled up when he was drinking all the water.
Exactly. So yeah,
And
we've
then this is
shown
your
a lot of
hit
Haga
points.
Basins out in many of our videos before and other things. So Camille is gonna move away from there. Still see a couple of have a little look at.
And
a
that thing
couple
on
of other
the middle of the
locations
bar
way.
underneath the
Looking for us,
motorcycle,
it's,
not the motorcycle, but
nighttime
underneath the
now,
sandbag, you saw
so
like the
there's not
waves.
much, sun to deal
That's
with
like
because
sand
it's better to
vibrations,
travel
which
during the night.
deal.
You
That's
don't have to.
when you're out in
run
the
with
open
shadows
sand. That's how
and
the
things,
worm hears
and
you.
then Camille is
Doing a
having
barrel
little
roll on the
drive, a
ground?
little barrel roll. That's fine. It happens.
The worm is one of the
He's gonna
few
have
ways
that,
that you can
little rock
lose all of your
formation
shit.
here,
Because if you get eaten by the
beautiful
worm,
southwest.
I also, yeah, exactly. I love how the
All your
guides
stuff
usually
gets
kind of, you know,
eaten.
guide
Yeah,
you
like
there.
in
The
Renfail.
lights guide you a little bit. I mean, I think it's not like too obvious, but it's still like nice to have like little things that you can, your eye goes to.
Exactly. This is a
That's
classic wall
that's
design
world
and
building,
never at the
right?
heart, you know?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, now we're going to meet our lovely Derek Shinara. He's our planetologist, if I can say it like this. He's one of the NPC that you will meet in the game to learn a new skill tree, basically. So
They're
you
quite
talk to him, and then
a
you
ways
do,
into the
little
game right
things
now,
for
by the way.
him,
This is
and
not
then
the
when you're
early
done,
game
you'll be able to
experience.
unlock a new skill tree that you might not have when you create your character. There's many of them in the world. You will have to find them, and when you do so, you will be able to unlock more skills to diversify your build.
Yeah.
Basically.
So once again, exploration pays off because you might actually find those strangers out in the wild to like customize your builds as well.
Yes.
Because as we know, you can mix and match all different skill trees
Yes.
as long as you have skills unlocked.
Exactly. And there's lovely little set dressing there done by the art team to really emphasize that this guy's growing some plants in the harsh world of Arrakis. Now,
I'm gonna jump back on your bags. I mean, we also saw Camille use the Shiga wire claw earlier. So
yeah, the start.
because traversal and traveling is going to be a big part, obviously, for players. They will spend a lot of time doing that, so we also wanted to make sure it's actually fun, both in terms of how the world looks like, but also in terms of the options they
The
have.
drift
to do
stuff
that,
is so cool.
Right? You wanna...
Well, using the Shiga wire during combat is can be quite effective as well. You can even use it to stun.
Very true.
So
Yeah,
once they
exactly.
get past the rocks under the
Multiple
open desert,
purpose,
you're going to
and then
notice on the
I
middle
don't-
of the
I
screen
don't
underneath
remember
the
if
bike
you-
where the
if
HUD
Caleb
is,
was
you're going to see
doing
the...
that. Oh, yep,
Oh, we
that's
have a
really good.
dynamic encounter here.
Yeah,
That's a dynamic
So yeah,
encounter.
sometimes you travel the world and then things happen, and then it was a group of scavenger with a broken down bike, and then
They wanted
yeah.
your bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, when you see
You
the
shoot on
waves,
sight.
that's going to
Also,
be
they
when you're on
didn't
the open
plan well
sand and you get the
enough,
vibrations.
exactly.
Because
Exactly.
that's
Called the
something you
worm.
should definitely do. You need to be able, or you need to plan ahead if you travel.
Yes, so now we're gonna go to the
There
Vermilion
it
Gap.
is.
There's this thing flying in the background. It's a Sardaukar dropship. They will soon disappear because they are only there during the night. They have this massive light, and then if you get caught into the light, you're stunned into place for a little bit of time, and they throw Chol mercenary at you. You're not important enough for them to send Sardaukar, but they still send Chol mercenary to basically get rid of you because, for reasons I will not talk about here, they are there to find you, basically.
Look for someone.
Exactly.
For someone.
So now the worm is probably getting out.
Yep,
yes,
yep.
Oh, yes.
there you go.
Yep.
Got our
Don't
first
get
worm
it.
sighting.
Yeah, you should get out of there.
Too much vibration. You see the vibration bar there, so we
Yes.
actually pissed
The little
someone
worm.
off back there. The little one. Those are the little ones.
Yes, exactly.
And there are
But what's
little
cool
worms
about
and big worms.
the sandworm specifically is that they actually have their own territory.
Yes.
Like they have their own kind of life, if you right.
Yes, absolutely. It's It's not visible for the players, but there's many worms in the map, and they all have their own territory. And then when you cross them, it's another worm that's gonna run after you, and they're really territorial. Yeah, exactly. Excuse my French. And that's yes, they will come after you no matter what. And the more vibration you do, the faster they will come to you.
And you're just passing NPC camp because there's like different slices and different areas as well. So we just pass. Or we're going into. I think it's actually in.
Yeah,
It's a camp. It's
yeah,
an
exactly.
NPC camp. Yes.
And now we'll see the beauty of even work and world design. There's a beautiful arch that when you pass it, look at this. There's
The
this
vista.
beautiful, exactly. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Remember to stop here, go off your bike, enjoy it.
Exactly.
Get some
Enjoy it.
screenshots.
Spend a lot
Stay
of
in the
time on
shade.
this.
Stay in the shade.
Stay in the
Make sure.
shade.
But also, what we just saw here was that there is an icon there, like at the camp as well, because
The Kirab?
the
Kirab symbol?
yes. So, for example, the camps have different factions, or
Changing abilities
we have
out.
different factions in the game, different NPC factions. They might even fight each other as well. You will
Yes.
notice that as you explore. But more importantly, there is a reason and that they look different as well.
Yeah, yeah. We have to diversify the camps, right? So they have the Kirabs, they like the broken machines, they try to fix them. We have the scavengers, which is like the first faction you actually meet. They're just trying to survive, like you, of course. And later on, you get more and more advanced factions, and they all have, you know, their banners, symbols, and kind of way of life, and how important they are on the hierarchy. So you need to fight your way up to the top.
Exactly, and they use different abilities also, and yeah, the higher you go in the factions, basically, the harder enemy gets, and they have more abilities to attack you and different weapons.
Ow.
There you go, got stunned a little bit. But now Camilla has a shield, so he's pretty much invincible to bullets, even though there's a power drain when he gets shot at. But that's a really good way to survive against melee,
Sucking the blood.
against range weapons.
I love his paths though, like the build. I am a swordmaster at heart. I love the swordmaster tree, so I am melee to do and to do. I actually hate if I have to use a weapon. I love the combos and those things.
I will say that
gun guy myself.
I
Gun
quite
guy
enjoy the
yourself.
melee in
That's
this
good.
game
That's
more than
that's the beauty
because
of
there's no
things,
target,
right?
there's
You
no
can play like you like to play, like your approach. You can also be more sneaky.
aim assist, so I
always try
suck
to be more sneaky, and then
because
I
I
just
play
end
with the
up
controller.
aggroing
I
the
haven't
whole
been playing
camp.
mouse and keyboard, so trying to play with the controller,
Never worked
it's
out.
really hard to
Camilla using
do
the voice right
Oh,
here
nice.
to attract the heavy. They are
the ranged
big
attacks.
baddies, and they have shields.
Yeah, they're annoying.
And
They're very annoying.
It's
like
separated
machine
yarn.
guns, they're pretty annoying, yes. Because when they don't
So
shoot, they have a
they
shield
are
so
in
you
the
can finish
PvE
them.
area right now,
They
so
have a lot of bullets.
100% of the
So-
story of the game
Talking about combat
takes place
we
in
know that,
PvE
you have a
areas.
lot of questions regarding melee combat.
There
in
is a
general.
specific
So we
PvP
won't
area
go
called the
into
Deep
that
Desert,
today, also question or reply
which is the end-game, late-game scenario.
And then you can
But there
come-
is no
you can throw all the questions you
non-consensual
have at us
PvP. It is
then.
100%
So just keep that in mind if you
consensual
don't answer
only.
any combat questions today.
All the
Very
main
aware.
storyline and questing is done
So
in
this is
PvE
the shield, so
environments.
there's different weapons
For the story.
that are good against that. And there's using a disruptor right there, which is high burst rifle, throw a lot of bullets at the same time, so that's really good to be able to do. And then you can finish them off by how you want. Now it disappeared, which is really good, but Camille was fighting under the sun earlier, so he got sunstroke,
Yep.
which is one thing you have to keep in mind all the time when you travel during the day. So, and then he was dehydrating extremely fast.
Headshots for the win.
And now his hydration is pretty low.
Yeah, there's
so
no,
you can see
there's
also
no.
whenever he
The only
shoots,
place that you're gonna
the
get
shield
ganked
is,
like that
turned
is
off
if you're
by
in the
default,
open,
because you
deep
cannot shoot
desert,
when you have a shield
which
on
is
you, of
clearly
course.
marked as a full
So you have to be
PvP area,
careful
and it's
to when
mostly
you
for the
use
guilds
a
fighting
ranged
against. But
weapon, with the
single
shield.
players can
Can harvest
go in there and do
as well.
stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
you,
what you've been
that's
doing
the
now.
only place
You
where
fill all
it's
this
open
container.
PvP.
There's a lot of different containers that we have in the game. There's a little light that is pretty straightforward to know what is lootable and what is not. There's different size of chests. That's a bigger one right here. You get better loots and bigger piece of armor and things like that. That's a med crate, so you get a lot of med kit and different things. The locker that was there is pieces of components to craft and upgrade different weapons in the game. And then there's a lot of different things. Also, there's bigger, glowier, better chests. Also, we're gonna see one later because, like Tasha was saying, there's a lot to explore in this world, and I was personally more than happy to hide a lot of different things in all corners and height and depth of this.
I've never
planet.
used the voice
The
that they're
turret
using, which is
project
really
is
cool.
good,
So
there
it
you go.
I
Really
use the
good
turret
skill
though,
to,
because I love the
use
turret.
at the start, by
but
the
I've never
way.
used the voice, so this is really
Against
interesting for me
enemies.
to see this because you can literally you're controlling them to come to
there's a
you,
shield cell,
and then you
doesn't
can
do
set
much.
up
You have a
the
slow blade,
turret to
and
start
then
shooting them as they're
turret
coming
finish
towards
that
you, and then
the
finish them
enemy.
off when they
I'm
get
not,
in
I'm not
range.
sure if you saw it, but you can also parry the,
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
the enemy blades.
Yes.
Stun them a little bit.
And now Camille's in a cave, which is another little piece of environment. This is a tiny cave that we have right here.
Also, we just found the contract there.
No, it's
Isn't that a contract?
it's a contract container, but there was nothing right here because he doesn't have the contract.
Oh, it was actually a quest item.
Exactly,
Okay,
it was a
yeah.
quest item, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have a contract. So at least for this specific, there's a lot of different places.
Yeah,
that you can
there's a
find
bunch of
pieces
heat stroke mechanics,
before you have the
JK,
contract.
and
when you
you
have the contract,
just
you
get
can
to the
train it
point where
already,
you
right? But, yeah.
have no hit points.
And then we just exited the little cave.
no
which is
stamina,
another little
and
environment that you get specific
yeah,
components.
you can't
in
do
there.
anything,
It's a,
and then you
it's
die
an old
and you
Fremen remnant
have to respawn.
from their ancient past, because you know that Fremen have had a little bit of a hard history in our timeline right here. And you can find different components to craft different things like steel suits and cutter rays and things like that. And there's other landmark like the one we've seen right here, this big mining rig. that has
Sunstroke
been
is the
abandoned
worst. So
for
that bar
years
at the
and
top,
years,
you'll
but
notice
now
that it's
being,
rising because they're in the open sun right now.
conquered,
If that
and
gets
now
to
it's
the if
Chiral's
that gets
living
maxed
there,
out,
like
you'll
I
get
said.
sunstroke, and then your
All right,
water starts
Here-
going.
Yes, we're at
And then
our
you can't
second
regen.
base here. Super nicely done,
Beautiful
by the
base.
way, by Tor Egil. Shout out to Tor Egil from marketing team, our communications manager. He is our internal builder. He is just amazing.
Oh, he does.
Also, talking about building, like the screenshots that our
I haven't died in a
testers are
while,
posting
JK, so
on
I don't
our Discord
I don't
are
know how
so
it works right
mind-blowing.
now.
I cannot wait
Yes.
what the wider community.
But I know
is
at
gonna
one
do with
point in
this.
time,
I am
it was just
so
whatever's in
excited.
your
Probably
inventory.
One of the things that I'm most
So
excited
your
about,
equipment stays, but
what
if
people
you had
can
anything in
come- or what
inventory,
people
that
will
would
come up
get left
with
where you die.
building-wise.
Absolutely, because
But it's, I haven't died in so long. I don't know how it
Don't
exactly
remember
it's
the
working
name,
right
but
now.
there was this person at the beta that made this car
The
dealer.
car dealer.
The car dealer.
Yes. Yes.
There was this massive base with.
So they're back at
little,
the base
Yeah,
right
like
now,
almost
filling up
like
on
a
water,
honeycomb thing,
depositing
exactly,
loot
hive,
into
and
a
each
chest.
had like an ornithopter or a
A
sandbag that you could
bite.
look at, like
Yes.
literally like a car dealership. It was absolutely
Yes,
mind blowing.
with all different swatches,
so
you know, with different
creative.
colors
Yeah.
and
It was
a
so
Treaties
creative.
buggy and an Arcanon buggy and a lot of different. That was really cool. That was really cool.
Also here we see Camille is actually now preparing to, you know,
Go
go
farther.
ahead.
Yes.
But also I think DT, I think he now can abandon like the previous base.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
It's pretty good that thanks to Thor, because there's another base, right? But that's a big thing in the game. We expect player to move because everyone will start in the Haga base in south that you can see here.
That's
but
his old base.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
his
the
old
first
base, and then he can just abandon it, and then it's gonna be cleaned up by the storms.
Yes.
And it's really cool because, well, he doesn't have to get back there because he brought all his things already. But also it gives more space for the new players
Yes.
that will join the server
Yeah,
to be able to build their
absolutely.
base there.
Yeah.
So there's this flow of players that can go.
So
in
this is an
further
actual
into the
base that
map
someone has
world.
built.
Storm is like
This
a
is a
Roomba
this is a
of Arrakis.
later,
Yeah,
you know,
Storm is-
mid-tier base.
Shaialud and Storm
They've
is
got their
the-
own
the Roomba of
ornithopter.
Arrakis, absolutely, 100%. So now it's time to fly.
This, of course, opens up the world even
This takes
more.
quite a
So
while to
you
get
have
to
a
this
lot
point,
of,
by the way.
Additional opportunities.
They've got,
and
like,
a lot of additional options
Still
now.
suits, they've got full water
Here we're looking
cisterns,
at
a full
area
base
which
built
is
with ornithopter.
at
This
from
represents,
the air.
I would argue,
Again, this for me, this was such an amazing moment.
I would
that
argue this is
for the
dozens of
first
hours of
time
gameplay to
got
get to this
my very
point
own
because you have to know what you're
ornithopter.
doing.
I had to,
You have to
like,
spend a lot of
craft it
time.
myself. I had to work for it, like literally.
Yes, you have to work for it.
And then you get to fly.
Yes.
It's just
So that hole down there, Imperial Testing Station.
Mm-hmm.
We
Which is
have
like a
different
dungeon.
type. This one is a geological one, so it's more about.
Those are the
like,
dungeons.
Old research.
One
about
time, they just
mining
released
and
all that
resources
information
and
last week,
different
Jorn, but it's
minerals
buy to
that get
play,
abandoned
free to play.
for 10,000.
No cash shop, no battle pass.
They abandoned a lot of
You
different
buy it
things,
once.
and they've been recently
It's free to play after that. They will have
reopened,
paid DLCs
and then of course there's a lot of baddies
after
that are
launch,
living there now.
but no
They take care
subscription
of that.
fee, no money
Mostly,
no
again, we're still in the
RTS,
very early
RTX.
gap, so it is,
There's no
it is,
MTX, sorry.
Kirab
No
living
real-time
there.
transactions.
Also,
no battle
we
pass,
just
no
flew
loot
over
pass,
that
no
white,
loot boxes, no cosmetics.
Yeah, this
Yes,
white
there you go.
buff right there.
Buy the
this is
game,
flower
play the
sand.
game,
It's a resource
buy the
that you can
DLCs.
harvest
That's
either
it.
by hand, which is not really. I mean, you can. It's not that great, but you can.
not as
or
efficient,
it's not
but-
efficient exactly, or with a static compactor, which is way more efficient.
They've
But
got
it's in the
some more
sand, so
posts
of course
about
you
it
create
too.
vibration, and then what that means.
Worm coming.
Worm is coming, exactly. So now we're gonna. Oh, there's this big ship that fly from time to time, and there's
Yes,
also
and
this
there's also
thing
a
there.
crashed
Yeah, and also,
spaceship that is coming down slowly out of the atmosphere. Yes.
That's a small crashing ship that's
Also
gonna
dynamic
fall
events.
somewhere. We don't know where. It happens from time to time. So we went onto this little flat rock. Literally, we called it literally that. It's the flat rock.
Is it actually called the flat rock?
I think there's
We
an
need-
outpost. There's an outpost just out
Joel,
under
give
it.
it,
I think.
give it a name, Joel.
It's,
Like,
Joel is the one who gave the name, by the way.
oh
There's
no,
the-
zero.
Yeah, there's flat
That's a
rock
spice
outpost.
blow.
There's
Oh,
a
no.
spice blow now happening. That's pretty good. Okay.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Yes.
So just so everyone,
Spice blow.
there's nothing scripted here. It's all systemic, right? So
Yeah, this is a
but
dynamic.
Camille is gonna burn himself now because he's under the
Nothing
sun.
is
So you should go
scripted.
hide
Do not stand on a
Gonna be
place
sunstroke.
where you see
Sunstroke.
something happening,
There it
something
is.
in that
No,
color.
exactly.
Do not stand on it. Just
exactly.
So now you can watch the
As a
water
tip.
meters.
So that's one
just
of the
be-
glowy chests I was talking about. As I said, there's a lot of them hidden throughout the world in many places, and then in them
Chris.
you can find these purple thing. It's Unix schematics. When you find one, you need to go back to a safe space to be able to learn it. And Camille found a couple more. This is the good stuff, right?
including a las gun.
Including a las
Yeah,
gun.
people wonder about
This is
las
really
guns.
late game, by the way.
We do
Here
have
it's,
las
uh,
guns in the
Yes,
game.
Go on.
you do have las guns, but you cannot create nuclear explosion with them.
Sorry, guys, Chris
in our
was
timeline,
asking stuff about
Shelm
lunch.
have specific anti. What's the word? I always forget. The safety.
Safety,
If you point at another player or an enemy with a shield with a las gun, that will not shoot. Because we don't want
Lore.
to.
Lore
we don't want to
reasons
just
is
nuke
why it won't
everyone
shoot.
for the lulls. You know.
It will basically just block.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It will like. Yeah, what is the term?
It just doesn't work.
Yes.
There's probably an English word for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you're safe and sorry.
But
Yeah, exactly.
This is one of the things that I
So
was
see how
really
fast the
excited
water is
about. And I
depleting
know
now that they're
your team,
got
both your
sunstroke.
teams were working really hard on to find like those hidden places and like hide goodies for players to find. I remember like even in normal like the small caves that we saw earlier that are actually relatively small, I was like climbing there as like just figuring out how high can I actually go up in that cave, and then I found a little nook who literally had a chest with something very rare.
Yes.
And I personally, as a player, I love those things because
Yeah.
it makes me feel like, oh, probably not everyone has found that, right?
Exactly. And you
Sunstroke
see the big
went
hammer
down.
right there. It's a landmark called Mirzaba. Well, if you climb at the top, maybe it's another thing, you know?
Maybe,
So they just did a
maybe not,
survey.
maybe not.
You know?
But
Which
it's
then
not
shows,
always
like,
that obvious.
resource
It's actually
density
really fun that
stuff.
sometimes like, oh, there's nothing there, and no, actually.
Yeah, there's obvious place, but
Yeah.
also. So now Camille used the survey
Yes.
probe, which is really cool. So it surveyed a part of the map and then opened up. And now we can see a lot of different things. So you can see the shipwreck just north of is where the mouse is. There's different outposts, and this is where you can get intel points. You see right here, 0 out of 1. This is where you can unlock more tech in the tech tree. There's the red circle you see there. This is drum sand. So this is a Dune thing. If you go there, you hear it when you play boom, 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 and it attracts the worm like no tomorrow. And there's the other ones also that we see with the little lines on the right, which is tidal dust, which is the Dune term. Internally, it's quicksand.
Yeah.
Number 1 killer of vehicle.
Yes.
Which is interesting though, because like in the 80s, I was really thinking quicksand is gonna be a way bigger problem than it is nowadays. Because like, you know, my childhood was ruined by movies with quicksand deaths. Like, let's not talk about never-ending story. But anyway, so we have quicksand in the game here. So here it is actually a problem.
Yes, absolutely.
And I know from personal experience that yes,
Yes.
it loves to eat
Exactly.
vehicles.
So you can see a lot of
Oh,
landmark there.
that's cool.
Ooh, and also a
Again.
nice barrel roll
Yeah.
here from Camille. Very nicely done. So we have different modes in like when you fly. Like
Yes.
We have like
You can
wanna
fly.
comment on that?
There's
the vulture modes.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
normal.
You can do a lot of different things, and it's arcadey in a way, right? But it's easy to use, and it's really pleasant to go around. And Camille right there is just showing another thing also. I was talking about quicksand and drum sand, but there's also radiation in the game. You can see it with this little cute fuzzy thing that looks like northern lights, but yeah, you don't go there.
Don't stay in there.
No, exactly.
And actually, let's do, but because we have more things to show, obviously, we're gonna fly to some other areas, but we would like to start a poll here and open it up to Twitch chat. What would you like to go see between Imperial testing station or a shipwreck? Like those two. Like maybe we can
Another
also
spice blow.
explain what the difference is
100%, absolutely.
But also, so we open a poll, and if you do exclamation mark vote A or vote B, so you can vote for either of them, and then at the end of like, I don't know, maybe 2-5 minutes, we see how long we're gonna run it. We'll see what you voted for, and we go visit that. We might die though, because it might be kind of like a high-end thing that we're gonna
Yeah, we're
show
going
you,
into
so.
a little higher tier.
Yes.
I don't know if they've
Camille's
showed what
not
level they
fully
are right
equipped for
now.
that, but that's fine.
It may have popped up on screen, and I just never wasn't paying
Yes.
attention.
It's gotta be great.
Like now we also see like different rock textures, right? Like what's the inspiration to go with specific rock textures? Maybe you can talk about
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
a little
what
bit.
Oh yeah, rocks. My
I do love how the
Irvin's
wings
favorite
Yes.
topic.
are sort of
Rocks
independent of the body a little bit.
Blazing rocks. Yeah, the body dome is kind of the inspiration for a lot of the rock shapes. You will probably see it from the movie. But of course, that's a bit too Earth-like. So we had to kind of, ramp it up a little bit. Place some rocks vertically, having like these little mushroom shapes with kind of like holes. And maybe there's a little secret on top of some of them.
Or inside them.
Or inside
also.
them.
Or under
exactly.
them.
Or under them. There's canyons. Because we have to make it a little bit more alien, right? So we can't just use Earth-like.
Ooh,
shapes.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, you're getting good at this.
You guys ever seen
Also,
Slipstream?
What I personally love is that also when you run on
It's a
run
really
on the
old
ground
80s
too,
film with
there's
Bill
always
Pax,
this
Mark
super
Hamill.
nice silhouette that we have. You know, I
This
feel like it's
vista
never just
reminds me
flat
of some of
desert,
the
right. It's always like
panoramic
was
shots of that film.
planned. Before we go into the Haga Rift here, are those planned? How does that work?
Some are happy accidents.
There's some, because like Bob Ross would say, some are happy accidents, but there's a lot of, like at the earlier.
If they
right,
drop
the
down in here, it's
archway,
really
and there was
cool.
the thing in the bag, this is 100%
Very
planned.
cool.
Of course, this is classic world design, environment design, just to make sure that like it's yes, of course it's reality and things, but we just magically place things in line, So when you get somewhere, and you were talking about when we were visiting Derek. There was all these lights, and well, this is classic level design and art design, right? We guide you with things, you don't really think about it, and then magically you just reach a thing. And Camille is scanning for things now. I guess it's time to go.
Yes, so that's the other thing, right? Like we actually have verticality in the game, so it's
Yes.
not just flat desert; it's on one level. So
That's,
talk to us about this.
Yeah, Ivan, talk to us about how we. It was not easy when we talked about this beautiful region here, how we made it, but.
Yeah, what was the first thing? I want a canyon. Okay, here we have a canyon. Deeper. Deeper? It's deeper. More elevation. And it was a challenge because you need to actually get up from this deep canyon as well, right? So we have these platforms that you can drive on. And in the beginning, we didn't have that many, so we needed to add more and then traverse between them. And these tunnels, which are cool, but then we needed to make them cooler with the mining galleries.
Exactly.
And then they wanted a bit dark.
Yeah, at some point
which is cool.
We had the Haggy Rift, and it was all fun and game and things. But I was like, how could we make it different?
Yeah.
So I was playing a lot of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I was like, you know, in the underworld, do that. And then of course pitch darkness is not great for art, so you know we had a lot of iteration and amazing work with the lighting team. Make sure that you can still see in the dark.
And this is all Unreal 5, by the way.
But it was a bit of a struggle to
it's a
make that canyon in there.
Yeah, and I think also, and I know it because I actually placed the tech for it. But you are safe from the sandstorm.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's good to know. So if a sandstorm is coming, dive into the hardware.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's obviously no worm. There's no worm down there also, you know? So
That's a good thing too.
There's other things.
Yes.
There's other things.
Sakala.
But, you know, it's different. So where are we going?
We are going to the shipwreck.
You're going to the shipwreck?
Chad has voted.
Okay.
We are going
I
to
was
the
given
shipwreck. Let's check out
plate of
shipwreck.
vegetables, hummus,
also
cheese,
let's
and
talk
tortillas.
about, like I mentioned, the difference between, because there's differences between like Imperial testing station or a shipwreck.
Yes, I think the biggest part, in fact, that is kind of related to location, but not at the same time, is the Kenley, right? We haven't talked about Kenley. We had it a little bit earlier when we went to the trade post. We were in Kenley Guild Peace. You can see on the top right, there's a Kenley limited warfare. This is the PvE region, and now you're going to see the yellow thing under the compass. When Kemil will go closer, the Kenley is going to change to War of Assassin. So every single shipwreck in the game, except the first one, is PvP. So we have these pockets of PvP in there. So when you go there, you need to be careful because yes, you have enemies to fight, but also potentially other players. You don't know, right? And then Imperial Testing Station are PvE. There's no problem with that. The big difference also is that, well, they offer different challenges, they offer a different look, of course, but also they offer a different loot. There are specific components that you want to get at shipwrecks, to mainly craft weapons, and at Imperial Testing Station, it's a lot of things mainly to craft vehicles. It's not only that, but it's why you would want to go to one or the other. And then we can see here that now Kemil is fighting harder enemies. This is the slavers now. It's another faction.
He's got his drone out as well.
Don't want to be captured by those guys.
Yes, and they use a lot of suspensor grenade and thematic abilities to basically hook you in place and shoot at you and things like that. So
we just talked about the resources that you can find in the different, like the differences between resources, but there is generally other ways as well that you can find, or you can buy those resources, or you can find them from other players, of course, but also from trade posts. In some cases, you can also find them sometimes. It's just not as efficient.
Exactly.
Right? Like
if you
get it in higher quantity in these areas.
Exactly.
But
if you absolutely don't want at all to even get close to a PvP zone, you can buy the components for Solari, which is the Dune monetary.
I do need to pause this for a minute because I've got a cat that just woke up and I got to coordinate with Chris. We'll be right back. They're talking about some very important PvE versus PvP mechanics here. We'll be right back. All right. Unreal 5 is demanding. It's the best game engine on the market right now. That's why all the major studios are switching to it. Because it does things that no other engine can. In real time, so you don't have to spend as much time doing stuff that you would have to do previously with 20 different developers. The engine can do now for you.
Which is, we always have different ways of getting things depending on your play style in the game. So now, okay, let's get
find
in
our
there.
way inside here. This is special.
Yeah, that's a Penta Shield door. He got the ID band earlier, which is pretty good, so he was able to cross it. It's a shield basically. You cannot pass through if you don't have the ID, but he had. So he's gonna get in there. And then probably get another one.
Well. What's up, Bendar?
That's one of the heavy from earlier, but they're meaner, these guys, because yeah, that's Slayers. So he has a shield on. So using the voice and then slash this guy to death.
He's doing really well though, I gotta say.
Yeah.
The fact that they're like...
They have this pushback abilities, because when you get too close, they get mean. Here we go. Good stuff. Great. So yeah, you can see here the different things. Also the armor plating. This is a component to craft different things. Mostly, of course, armors.
Yeah, tier armor, yeah.
So here we go. We got the mechanical part and the
notice that they're still showing off just solo gameplay.
All these
this is
turns.
not force grouping.
You'll get used to it.
There is optional content you can do.
Wood and rock.
That is group based.
But yeah,
you can do all of the story of the game 100% solo.
Shipwrecks. Bring that to your base, and then that's going to be helping you to craft weapons, specifically. And then there's a buggy right there. This is there. You can steal it. We have that in the game also. You can steal vehicles from NPCs. So that helps you drive faster or different things like that. So kill that guy or skip him, because there's a big loot container close by that Camille, I'm sure, want to get.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Or not. Camille doesn't care about the loot. It's fine. He has already he already has a last gun anyway.
We've seen the big chest,
yeah,
and
exactly,
he's like, he's armored up to his teeth anyway. So yeah.
Absolutely. Now we got another cycle again. It's night, so the starter car drop ship are probably out, but in this region there's not a lot because we're pretty we're farther into the game now.
All right.
There you go. That's pretty cool.
Let's press on.
Let's press on. Yes, we have so much to cover.
out of the Canley area into the normal area again. So you'll see. You will always get an information when you cross something. So you will know that okay, now I'm in PvP.
Yeah, under the compass, it turns yellow if you go into PvE. It turns green if you go into guild peace, which is mainly cities and neutral zone. And it gets into red if you go into PvP area.
Right. So when we talk about hazards, we talked about hazards earlier. So we have the radiation, of course. We have the quicksand.
Yes.
Heat. Heat is also.
I don't know about that, Jorn. I do know that if your generator is not filled up, the sandstorm can destroy your house because your shields go down.
There's that. The starter car, it's not really a hazard, but you know, it's a thing that can get in your way during the night, and it's always when you don't think about it, and then you see this big.
I'm not sponsored by them, but I really love Barefoot
the Chill
Moscato.
Mercenaries falling from the sky, and you start shooting
really
at
nice,
while going
wine.
down because they use suspensors.
Nice, fresh,
you know.
Freezing cold
I
out of
really
the
like the fact. Oh, here we are actually gonna fly into the
overland map.
Edge of the map and go into the overland map.
Yes. So
goes great with fresh veggies and hummus.
The map that we've seen right there, we've seen just a little bit of it. This is one map. When you craft an ornithopter, you can leave this map, and then you can go to different places. including the deep desert.
Is it
that
hard
we
to
will not go
maintain?
now.
No, but you do have to
But
regularly
we're
add
gonna
fuel
show
to
you
it.
the thing. So that's a tutorial. We can close that.
We know that people really wanted to see the deep desert.
So it's an
Rest assured,
active.
we
Another
will
one.
do that in another
Exactly.
stream.
It's an active thing.
So
you
we
have
have
to pay
this map
attention
right
to.
here where you're basically flying your little ornithopter, and then you can head towards different maps, which is a good thing for us also in the future. We will be able to add a lot more content with this,
Exactly.
which is really great.
Yes.
So that's the Haga Basin map that where we were in, and then Camille will now head south towards Harko village. So Camille is piloting his little thing. You have water on one side and fuel on the other. And,
A little bit of a swirl there.
a little
love it.
swirl there. You go.
A little bit of
Little thing.
little
You
bit
have
of
these,
a
you have these little
flourish.
fueling and water deposit here, so you can just stop there, and then your water will.
They talked about that in the
go up
last
again. Because even in
video
this
thing,
little
Dark,
map
that's
right
exactly
here,
why they
you're
did it
still a
that way.
survival game, so you know.
To clean up
fuel
the
and
map
water is
from
important.
inactive
And
players.
now we're gonna enter Harko village.
As we saw earlier, we had at the first trade post, we actually have NPCs that can get you there too.
Yes,
Before
the
you have an
taxi, yes,
ornithopter, or you can
absolutely.
fly yourself if you have one.
Exactly. It costs a bit of salary to get to cities, of course. We don't do that for nothing.
No one does anything for free on our.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No.
And, well, your character, that's what happens sometimes.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
All right. She
There we
forgot
go.
to dress. Okay, there we
It
go.
happens.
Yes.
Loading.
It took a bit of loading, but yeah. So, Harko village, this is where the Harkonnen are for now in the game. And we'll not...
We're not gonna
spoil
actually
too
show
much.
too much here, but that's probably a really nice area to
Yes.
close off this segment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
One of the
so-
city, lots of things to do there, lots of people to talk to.
Yes,
contract
obviously we are
together.
actually playing on on our own servers, right? On our own
Yes.
server, we're not playing on the beta, or we're not playing on, especially not on the beta, because we didn't want player come like,
that's
hey
to crash-
mom, I'm on
to
camera.
crash into
you know,
us.
like yes. So we just needed to do the things that we needed to do, right? And so that's just a single player.
Yes.
So that's the reason you don't see any other players here.
Yes.
Generally, you will, obviously. So, yes, let's wrap it up here for the live gameplay and exploration and the worlds. Thank you to Camille for playing.
Oh, that's the end of
in
that,
the back
okay.
there. That was fantastic.
You can't see him, but he did a great job.
Yes, and also thank you, of course, Øyvind and Jeff for making time to be on stream and chat to us about all of this. It was a pleasure, as always.
Pleasure to be here.
Yes, it was
And-
great.
Work next door.
Yeah, you didn't have that far, right? It was like just
I had
walk over.
I had a bit longer to get, but yeah,
Because
it's good to be
we're
here.
here at our offices in Oslo.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Yes,
From Sweden.
Yes, you had a little bit longer. But yes, so we're actually gonna go into our next segment, which is going to be about the music and the audio of Dune Awakening.
Oh,
and
which
to
that's-
get us
that's
into
the
the
stuff from
mood
last
for
week.
that, we're actually going to watch a really cool video, the behind the scenes of how the soundtrack was recorded in London.
So this was from the recent live stream that Funcom did, like last week. I think they've split it up into a bunch of sections, and they just dropped these in sections today. So I didn't actually have to cut this one out. They did it for me, which was awesome. If you want to know more, right now, because we're live right now, you can go to duneawakening.com. That'll have all the information up. But if you're watching this after the fact, there will be links down below in the video description, which lead to their Steam page, so you can go wishlist it. You can obviously go to the website, sign up for the Discord, etc. The game is in closed beta now. It is coming out on May 20th. They are not doing an early access. It's just launching immediately. Buy to play, free to play, paid DLC after the fact. They just did a big post, I want to say about 2 weeks ago, talking about all the different pre-order packs. There's multiple tiers you can get. There's some skins and some other stuff with the pre-orders, and as well as like, I think the Ultimate Edition comes with like a housing interior decoration stuff if you're gonna get into the housing and building. And then if you go to the Steam page right now, you can download the character creator and a benchmark thing which you can run to see how your computer's going to run, and you get some skins in game for doing both of those things. So if you think you're going to play that, and then I do know that at some point, because people have asked me about pre-orders, I do know that they are going to be doing some affiliate links for uh, content creators. So at some point in the near future, I may have some additional links to share with people. I will let you guys know as soon as I know more on that. But otherwise, you can go to their website right now and pre-order. Yeah, it looks great. I run it at 4K on my. I've got a 4080 in my gaming laptop, and I get 120 frames plus. Um, and occasionally there will be some performance dips, but it's still in a beta state. So it's usually just when we're in a heavy action area, you'll notice some occasional dips, but I don't think I've ever dipped below 90. So I mean, I don't notice it visually. The only reason I know anything is because I have something running that shows me frames. Um, so yeah, just run the benchmark. Yes, every game should run benchmarks. I think that would be a great way to do things. Um, In any case, so we just wrapped up Death Stranding, and then we wrapped this as well. More information on Dune Awakening, of course. I've got a playlist that you guys can watch. I've been covering the game. I'm in the closed beta. I've been in there for a while now. I am one of the content creators working around with Funcom doing stuff for the game. And I have some more stuff that we'll be covering as we get closer to launch, so make sure to stay tuned for all of that stuff. Um, yeah, Steph, they've talked about that a little bit. They've learned a lot from Conan Exiles. So that's one of the reasons they added the base degradation, so that if you're not actively maintaining the base, it gets wiped clean. But they also showed off in this video as an example, like you're expected to sort of move bases. So you're going to start off in Haga Basin, and then you'll build a starter base, and then that's supposed to get you to the next area where you'll build your next base, and then you can just abandon the old base, and the sandstorm will come through and just scour the sands clean and clean it out for you. So it's pretty intuitive the way it works, so that you can manually abandon your old bases, but also for players who just quit logging in. Once your shields go down, the bases can disappear. So I know that like some games like Lord of the Rings Online has a time limit on theirs. I think it's 6 months. If you haven't actively logged in 6 months, they dissolve your kinship and they get rid of your kin hall as well. So some games do that. EverQuest 2 does it to where like you could, because it's all instance in EverQuest 2. Um, you have maintenance that you pay, and then if you don't pay the maintenance, you just get locked out. But it's an instance version, so just once you've paid the upkeep again, you can get back in. But since this is an actual physical building that's taking place, it's taking space on the server and for other players. And I think they showed off the server stuff last week in the video we covered. I believe it's 40 plus players per zone. Yeah, but those spaces are limited in those neighborhoods, Jorn, which is why they clear them out every 6 months for inactive players in Lord of the Rings Online. In any case, that's more on Dune Awakening. DuneAwakening.com. Go to their wish list, their stuff on Steam. Find out more information. We're launching shortly. I mean, we're a month away, like 6 weeks out from the launch. I will be playing the game, obviously. We should be starting a little early. I believe on May 15th, which is also the launch date of Doom: The Dark Ages. So I'm going to be balancing 2 new releases in the month of May. So it's going to be a busy month next month. But we're going to be doing some stuff around Dune Awakening. So stay tuned to that. Again, I'm not forming a community, but for people who do want to play alongside of me, I will be letting you guys know my server information for those who want to play in the same server on the same world structure, so that we can occasionally do multiplayer stuff and co-op stuff. I will not be doing any PvP. I have no interest in PvP. I'm only going to be doing the PvE stuff. I mostly just played it for my own personal enjoyment because I love Dune. I want to be able to go to Arrakis, build bases, build some really cool structures, have those structures be shown off in streams, and have people visit my structures and visit the bases, and maybe go run some dungeons together from time to time. But that's about the extent of it. I will not be organizing any sort of like organization or guild or anything like that. So stay tuned for more infos. But this is where I leave you for today, everybody, because we're 8 hours into the streams today, and I am going to head out and get some shorts produced, and I got to coordinate with my brother and my sister-in-law on some stuff. I'll be back again tomorrow morning, bright and early, for some more Assassin's Creed Shadows as we continue to play that, and then in the afternoons we're doing Death Stranding. I think we'll be wrapping up Death Stranding. We should be wrapping up at the end of the week. We may or may not wrap up Assassin's Creed Shadows by the end of the week, and then we've got to get prepped for South of Midnight, which is April 8th. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one. Thanks for hanging out.